Hi. I love to travel, which is why I'm over in the US at the moment. The problem is my mind likes to travel more than me. I have so many thoughts going on in my head, and I've come to realize recently that I struggle to live in the present moment.
That will be improved now. It will be.
Yeah. I mean, there are occasions where I feel happy and like I naturally should do. Like now I'm really excited to be here. But most of the time, I find my thoughts wandering, and then I come to realize I find it hard to live in the moment.
Well, here's the thing. No thoughts wander. But law of attraction does cause momentum of thoughts. So all you've got to tend to is the central point of your attraction that is summoning the momentum of the thoughts. So it's just sort of the genre of the thoughts. It's just sort of the theme of the thoughts. You don't need to worry about the details of the thoughts, but you do want to have a sense of what mood do I feel in this stream of thoughts. You see, you are an extremely good focuser. We wouldn't call you a wanderer of thoughts at all. You're a really good focuser. You focus on things wanted and unwanted. So depending upon what disc you've chosen, then because of your ability to focus, momentum gets going pretty strong. And that's what you are describing here. Sometimes people will say, it feels like my thoughts are thinking me, not like I'm thinking my thoughts. And we say, well, you're just talking about momentum. So in the same way that we described earlier, that you're not wanting to be at the bottom of the hill in San Francisco trying to stop the momentum of the car, you're wanting to catch it in the earlier subtle stages. As you now apply what you've heard here today, because we've really been specifying it well, as you think in terms of catching any thought in the early subtle stages, Esther's been doing it a lot. She'll find, and that's a good way of describing it, her mind wandering. It feels like that. She'll find thoughts in her mind that she didn't know that she was going after. Thoughts in her mind. And at some point, she'll have conscious realization of the thought in her mind these days because of the feeling in her belly. In other words, she's so sensitive to feeling good that when she starts to lose that feeling of elation a little bit, her next thought goes toward, well, what is it that I'm thinking about? And then she's saying things to herself, oh no, not you. Oh no, not you, which perpetuates it just a little further. But it is a beginning step that this is not the direction that I want to go. And you've had experiences with enough streams of thoughts or subjects of thoughts to know that when you get on that jag, it's not going to come to any good end. And it might last all day. It has power. You can feel the power of it. Is that helpful to you?
Yeah. I mean, like, as I was saying about the trip to the US, I've been looking forward to it for so long, and I've had the excitement. And then when I actually get here on a daily basis, I wake up in the morning or plan something for the day. When I'm doing that, all that's on my mind is, okay, what's next? And I just find that I'm never and then I'll look back when I go home and I'll miss my time here.
Well, here's the thing. So first we want to say to you that when you were planning the trip from a distance, you were more general in your thought.
Yeah.
There'll be a lot to see. I'm going to look forward to discovering it. I'm going to get to know the place. There are some specific things that I want to see. But you were more general because the future is always more general and the present is always more specific. But all of your power is in the present. So as you begin each day by acknowledging the benefit to yourself of being general, each day will get off on a little better foot. So let's take the example that you gave. In your worry that the time's going to pass and you're not going to have all the great experiences that you wanted to have, think about where you're focused. You're focused on shortage of time. You're focused upon lack of focus. In other words, you've chosen a disc. That thought is choosing a disc. So when you choose that vibrational point of attraction, then what's going to rendezvous with you on that disc? Confusion. Other people are confused. things that aren't that fun or rewarding, sort of getting lost, choosing to enter into the traffic when it's not moving, things that waste your time, things that aren't pleasing. In other words, the universe just has to deliver a day to you that feels like that. It's law. How much more time do you have here?
I go home on the 18th. Been here since the 1st of July.
So if we were standing in your physical shoes, we would decide that for at least a day or two, that the only thing that you're going to choose itinerary-wise is the disc. In other words, where are you going? To the high-flying disc. What are you going to do? Milk it. But what else are you going to do? I'm going to the high-flying disc. But what else are you going to do? Whatever I'm inspired to. So what are your plans today? To get on a high-flying disc. Well, but what else? Whatever I'm inspired to. Well, where are you going to go? Wherever I feel like going. Whatever path lights up for me. But what are your plans for today? To get on the high-flying disc. But that's not very specific. I know general works better for me. What are you doing today? I'm getting on the high-flying disc. Is it fun? Yeah, so far it's really fun. And I'm expecting it to even be more fun. Well, it doesn't seem like a very good plan. It's the best plan. But it doesn't feel like a very fleshed out plan. It'll flesh out. Well, it doesn't feel like the right method. It's the only method. It's the only thing. I am going to start my adventure through the rest of my life experience in these days right here. And in the same way that I'm setting my vacation up for the most dynamic co-creating, I'm setting the whole entire rest of my life up for this dynamic, delicious co-creating. What the United States is going to show me in terms of rendezvousing is going to carry me through all the days of my life, because there are enough cooperative components for any disc that I might choose. So it really doesn't matter what disc I choose. It only matters that I'm aware of the disc I choose, so that when I rendezvous with the others, I can say, I chose that. I chose you. I chose you. We've been saying, you might feel inspired to punch somebody in the nose, but you're not doing it from a very high-flying disc. So there'll be a lot of inspiration that will come to you. You will be inspired to action. But in conscious awareness of what vibrational altitude you started out on, everything will just fall into place for you.
Okay.
So where are you going? To the high-flying disc.
Yeah.
And what are you going to do when you get there?
Stay there as long as I can.
And what kind of specific things are you going to do?
Whatever feels good.
Whatever feels good. Whatever I'm inspired to.
Thank you.
There are 27, there are 28, there are 29, there are 32 people, there are 37 people in this room that would like to show you around. Four of them are on the high-flying disc. Five of them.